Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. Bridezilla, a breed of bride who acts as though she is the most important person in the universe because she is a bride. But what if she's like this all the time? Stick around for this wild ride today in the rLounge. Friend is a bridezilla. Yay! One of my friends is planning her wedding. Or rather, she expects me to plan her engagement announcement party, bridesmaid announcement luncheon, bachelorette party, the wedding ceremony, and the reception. She also expects me to contribute financially, while not attending the wedding because, and I quote, "My fiancé used to have a crush on you, and I don't want him to be tempted to run away with you. Can you imagine the embarrassment of being left for you?" What? Summing up the rest of the convo, I told her off and questioned how she can make demands like that to someone that she clearly doesn't respect. She said that I planned one of my aunt's weddings and I both planned and funded a friend's baby shower. This was my best friend since elementary school, and she has no family willing or able to support her. This was me making it clear that I'd be there for her and her child as a godmother. I don't get it. This particular person always rubbed me the wrong way, but was always in the friend group. Her fiancé is genuinely kind and always talks on how she's not that bad. But are you seriously not an entitled jerk when you want someone to plan an event, partially fund it, and not attend because you're insecure? She's still texting me potential venues right now as if I didn't tell her off and hang up on her 10 minutes ago. Update 1. Talked to the fiancé and he's getting off soon. We're going to meet up at a mutual friend's place. I already texted that mutual some screenshots and she's trying to see what she can get from Bridezilla. Hopefully whatever is shared will be helpful. Bridezilla allegedly plays her entitlement and dislike of me off as a joke, and that's why most of our mutual friends laugh at it. Don't see how that's even remotely funny, but whatever. Gonna meet up in half an hour or so. Wow, she literally sounds delusional. Obviously, you're not going to do it. Frankly, I don't get it either. I don't understand how people can treat others like that and think that people want to have anything to do with them. She's threatened by you. It would be funny if you planned everything, but it ended up all being sabotaged in the end. Or maybe that's just evil. Update. The night and early morning has been spent spamming the friend group chat with screenshots of delusion and anger. So to update everyone that asked for one, I met up with the fiancé, who I'm going to call Ryan, and a mutual, who is Rachel, around 11 p.m. at that mutual's place. I noticed someone said it seems like I'm into him, and I want to clarify that I've been friends with him since high school, freshman year. He's someone I care for greatly and someone who has been through a lot in regards to bad families and poor examples of healthy relationships. The way I treat him is the way I treat my best friend, Kim, the one that I'm godmother for. This meeting could have gone south quickly, but I'm glad I involved another friend. I showed him the texts first and told him about the call. I explained to both him and our mutual that everyone laughing when Bridezilla does things like that hurt my feelings and contributes to her thinking it's okay. I'm the go-to friend, all reliable, who supposedly never says no. And yeah, I help who I can, but I'm not a doormat. Ryan was confused about the crush thing and fixated on that. He didn't want to acknowledge anything else at first. He eventually just cried, and Rachel took over by telling him that she's also been texting Bridezilla and the way she speaks about me when she thinks she is a fellow anti-OP isn't cool or healthy. Some of her texts from Bridezilla were awful, most being about me getting Baker acted in high school, and one Rachel wanted us both to see what a list of female mutuals not allowed to attend or have contact post-wedding because Ryan called them pretty, but I'm the only pretty one in his life, I asked Ryan permission to blow it up, i.e. if he was okay with me sharing everything in our main circle of friends. Honestly, I didn't want to put him in a worse spot, but I already knew Bridezilla was getting upset I wasn't responding to her. Her text got extremely nasty and I'm glad I hadn't blocked her yet. He said yes and I, a Samsung user, took the long screenshots and started spamming the group chat with them. No warning, no context, starting with the only text I sent her. No, I won't plan and fund your wedding and be disrespected while doing it. I get that we're not actually friends, but you don't speak to people like that and think they'll do anything for you. I blocked Bridezilla right after this. Rachel hasn't shared her screenshots yet, but things have been interesting. Bridezilla is sending messages through others about me not taking a joke well, but the ones passing it on are saying they're sorry for how they've gone along with that behavior. I've blocked them too, at least temporarily, because why are you passing along her texts of what she wants to say to me when I told you I'm done and I don't want anything to do with her anymore? Is that normal friend behavior? I'm seriously asking at this post. As of now, It's 9 something in the morning and I have more people to send my copy pasta of, "I'm temporarily blocking you as I want nothing to do with Bridezilla," and blocking them. Ryan has apparently sent her a text saying to keep the ring and blocked her. Rachel hasn't blocked her and is on some multi-way call with her. She apparently is a mess and it's all my fault. Boo-hoo. Don't start crap and there won't be crap. Rachel says she's going to play both ends and blow things up worse than they are. She genuinely wants to weed out the crap friends and says she's noticed a lot of people are considered friends when they shouldn't be. Anyways, thanks for all the comments, support, and advice on my first post. My first method definitely would have caused way more drama, i.e. meeting Ryan alone in any capacity, and I really hope for the steal her fiancé comments were jokes, but I also looked into the suggested petty revenge sub and, yeah, I can't bring myself to do that to Ryan when I'm pretty sure I'm a romantic at this point. It would be hilarious to see Bridezilla's meltdown, not worth hurting one of my besties. Edit for Rachel and the scheming, her wording was stirring the pot and weed out the crap, which I initially took wrong. She's clarified that when I left, Bridezilla added more people to the call and she realized that some of the friends I've dropped everything to help out in bad situations have the same view of me that Bridezilla has and also have poor views of Ryan. I might give a better update later, but right now my feelings are genuinely hurt and I'm contemplating making their lives hell. I don't like these thoughts, so no contact it is. There's always been truth in jokes. Maybe she's just trying to get you to plan and fund everything because she doesn't trust you with her fiancé. I mean, you guys are clearly close. As a result, she's probably trying to keep you close, while also having the benefit of not having to worry about planning or paying for anything. Interesting how Ryan threw in the towel. At the same time, I don't blame him. Update 2. Bridezilla finale. As a commenter predicted, Bridezilla has latched onto the not invited part of her comments and made it seem like that was my issue with her. Her angle is that I'm upset I wasn't invited, and that's why I'm sabotaging her and Ryan. She's telling everyone that will listen that she felt Ryan values me above her, so that's why she initially didn't want me there, and that she'll invite me if I talk Ryan out of leaving her and let her pick my outfit? The above and her "it's a joke, get over it" mindset have revealed far more about those considered friends and associates than I'm comfortable admitting, and I ignored her to keep mutuals or just genuinely missed. I'm allowed a lot of toxic behavior around me when I cut my mother off for a lot of those same behaviors. I feel dumb, to be honest, like really dumb and close to tears. There are in fact people I need to cut off. Surprisingly though, it's a small number. 4 of the 15 are in our main group. These are people who have admitted to 1. Inviting me to concerts and parties so they have a ride, 2. Asking me to join trips so they had a mom to take care of the things that they would forget, 3. Asking me to be a godparent because of how I treat Kim's kid, paying for trips, buying random gifts, babysitting just to hang out, having a room at my place just for them, 4. Setting me up on dates so they'd have a doubles partner. I'm going to go on a very long tirade about this person. On the room thing, because Bridezilla's entitlement didn't just magically poof away. Apparently I meant to give that room to her hypothetical kid. Like, take it from my godson and give it to her kids. She thinks that because of how Ryan and I became friends, that means I should value my friendship with him more than Kim, thus entitling her hypothetical kids to move. It's such a weird notion to me. The way I met Ryan was through group grief counseling, but I don't think that friends have different worths the way she and some others described it. The friends who passed along messages had been unblocked. I talked to them and, like another commenter suggested, they were sending screenshots because they themselves didn't realize they were allowing her to get away with stuff like that for years, and they were genuinely sorry. I told them I allowed it too, so I can't really be mad at them at this point. When I said I didn't like something, these are people that would stop immediately. I should have said something, but earlier, instead of ignoring it because Bridezilla was their friend and Ryan's girlfriend, don't know if that makes it okay or not, but I'm gonna let it go. I glossed over Ryan telling Bridezilla to keep the ring and blocking her, as someone pointed out. There was much more said, some of which are NSFW. The screenshots Rachel and I shared with the group excluded all the messages Rachel received about Ryan, specifically in regards to his history and being SA'd and abused. Don't ask details. I don't know, nor have I ever asked. I don't need to know to support him. There were things being shared to Rachel that he confided in Bridezilla about, but not in Rachel or I about. Rachel didn't show me, and I didn't ask to be shown, either. But that's what made Ryan stop fixating on Bridezilla, saying he had a crush, and that was why he just cried for most of our meeting. I personally did not see the texts, but Ryan told me that that's what they were about, and he's unsure what to do beyond cutting things off. Again, he's not good with confrontation yet, and he's been working on that. He just knows he can't be with Bridezilla anymore, nor can he keep the she's not that bad mindset. He also isn't comfortable nor ready to speak to her directly about what she did. There are aspects where he's going through the realization that, like myself, he cut off an awful parent while allowing himself to be treated the same way by a different person. Rachel bowed out of stirring the pot earlier today when I told her how I felt about what she was doing, but later on she explained her logic and the history behind it when I asked her out of curiosity. She was fixated on getting Bridezilla on recording saying these things because she wants Ryan to be able to sue her if he decides that's the route he wants to take. She told me that middle school saw her being outdated as a lesbian by a former friend. Bridezilla, who she'd known since middle school, had been the only one to stand up for her in their old school, and what happened? So, Bridezilla doing this to Ryan led to Rachel genuinely wanting to ruin her life in her anger. She stopped, but she's also admitted that she wants to air out all of Bridezilla's business. Things that I don't know about and truly don't want to be told about. It's just been hinted at being potentially career-ending for Bridezilla. She's in nursing and could lose her license according to Rachel. While I understand her feelings, I'm still not comfortable with her phrasing of things. It's just how she talks, but I'm not cutting her off, but I've told her that I don't even think what we did in sharing the screenshots with everyone was the right thing. It's this morally gray area that I'm still trying to understand from her perspective and reconcile with my own morals. I love Rachel, but I don't want anything to do with Bridezilla, and those I've cut off officially for my own mental health. The new option might end in a far worse fallout than right now. I don't think I can handle that level of drama, and I don't think Ryan can either. To end this, I'm going to ask people to stop sending me revenge ideas. I was okay making jokes about it at first, but the private messages being sent and some of the comments on my posts are getting out of hand. I don't want to steal Bridezilla's man. I don't want to take over her wedding by showing up in white. I don't want some elaborate scheme where I infiltrate Ryan's bachelor party as a stripper. Yes, someone sent me that. I don't want to humiliate anyone like that. It was funny up until I realized that the things shared with me from the petty revenge sub happened to actual people. I feel gross and guilty for even humoring this crap in my first update. Bridezilla is an awful person, and while I'm still upset right now, I genuinely can't bring myself to hate or dislike her enough to do anything of the things you guys are suggesting. Thanks to everyone for reading, leaving advice, and even pointing out things. And thank you a lot to a particular member of the community. Stranger or not, you pointed out something to me that I think I just ignored because it was easier that way. I'm going to grieve the loss because it hurts to cut people you cared about off. Thanks again. Let's see what the community has to say. First up, that was a wild ride. Glad it worked out. Very happy to see you are ready to not be treated like crap anymore by those other friends. Someone else says, some people want revenge and others want peace. The only thing that I don't agree with you is if Rachel has something that could end her job, and if it's a real problem where people are at risk or something bad, must be for her to 100% certain to end her job, then she needs to do that. Yikes. If she's been treating you this way, imagine what she's doing to Ryan. And yeah, it might hurt to cut people out initially, but it will feel a whole heck of a lot better down the road. Some people don't deserve the satisfaction of being a part of our lives, and as far as I know, it sounds like Bridezilla hasn't actually been a real friend in quite some time, if ever. Weddings really lift the veil on friendships, and what's a better time than now to find out who your true friends are? After all, you don't need to drag them and their garbage any longer than you have to, OP. Wishing you all the best. What do you make of all this? And thank you for following along today in the rLounge. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have something you want to share regarding today's content, we want to hear it. See you next time.